let's take a look at our top selections for
the second graded stakes race on Saturday at Santa Anita is the Grade 2 Charles Whittingham. It's race number 7, 1 1/4 on grass. And this is what it's come to right now at Santa Anita, a graded stakes with only 4 runners. And it's unfortunate because one of the coolest horses on the grounds happens to be favored in the Whittingham. And I'm referring to the 6-year-old gelding United, who finished first or second in his last 8 graded stakes races in California. He's now 6 years old. He proved in his recent comeback he can run without Lasix, and he is tough as nails, this guy is, and he's going to be very tough to beat in this 4-horse field. It's kind of an interesting race. Again, from a gambling perspective, do you really want to take a short price on in a 4-horse field? Do you want to take any price in a 4-horse field? There's not going to be any value whatsoever. If there is, I would be shocked. And I'll also be surprised if United gets beat. But let's go ahead and take a look at the field for the Charlie Whittingham. It's 1 1/4 on turf. You have a couple of front runners in posts 1 and 2. Acclimate, who's a graded stakes winner, award winner, second level allowance winner last time out. They both do their running on the lead. So it'll be very interesting to see who actually takes control and if one or the other can in fact sit second. Red King is a graded stakes winner. He ran super in his 3rd place comeback. He lost as the favorite, but when we show the replay, you'll see why he had a valid excuse. And United, he's a 5-time graded stakes winner. He's a veteran gelding, and hopefully he continues to campaign this year, next year, even as an 8-year-old. Who knows how long this guy will last, but he's in top form right now, United is, and we'll talk about him in just a minute. But first, let's talk about a horse who was once very, very good, but it was a couple years ago in 2019. I'm referring to number 1, Acclimate. He's trained by Phil D'Amato, who has had an outstanding winter-spring season at Santa Anita. He enters the week as the leading trainer. He's winning stakes races left and right. All his horses are firing, and I respect Acclimate because he does have some, quote, back class, and his speed is always dangerous, but I'm not sure how this race will unfold with another front runner just to his outside, and that's award winner. But let's go ahead and take a look at Acclimate, his most recent race at 1 1/4. It was 3 starts back in the Grade 2 San Marcos, and Acclimate ran well in defeat. Master of Foxhounds came to him, but Acclimate did not throw in the towel at all. He tried to fight back. He was just no match for a very good horse. He finished clear of 3rd, and Acclimate held 2nd. Now, he started twice subsequent in the Grade 3 San Luis Rey, in which he set the pace and backed up and finished 4th, and then the Crystal Water at 1 mile last time out. Trained by D'Amato, and I suggested to D'Amato, with all due respect, that it seems that Acclimate has lost a step, at least in the afternoons. And D'Amato, to his credit, said, I know it looks that way. I don't believe it because he's training. He continues to train like a stakes horse in the morning. And D'Amato said he has seen no drop-off in ability in the morning. You and I, we're handicapping from the afternoon, however, and I go by race performance more so than workouts. But I will say this, D'Amato brought up a very interesting topic, and that is that in trying to determine where and when to start Acclimate, he tried him against Calbreds last time out. He was getting significant class relief, but it was at a 1 mile distance that at this stage of his career is simply not Acclimate's preferred trip. 2 starts back, he was going 1.5 miles in the San Luis Rey, and maybe he went a little too quick on the front end. The point is this, Acclimate is back doing what he does best on Saturday, and that's go 1 1/4 on grass, like we just saw him finishing 2nd in his most recent race at 1 1/4 miles. So if Acclimate can get loose on the lead, he has a chance to steal it under Ricky Gonzalez, but I don't know how he can possibly get loose on the lead, and that's because he faces another front runner to his outside, and that is award winner, whose most recent start, let's take a look at the stretch run of a 2 other than allowance race, won by award winner. He was up on the front end all the way, took a little bit of pressure, and kicked away in the best race of his career. He's a 5-year-old gelding by Ghost Sapper, and this guy is in top form right now. Award winner strikes me as a front runner that does not necessarily require the lead. And if Acclimate goes on with it and does speed to the lead, maybe Award Winner can sit second. He won't be far away, but if he sits second, Award Winner is going to get first jump. And as the possible fourth choice in the field in the betting, maybe Award Winner is worth a gamble. I don't know what the odds are going to be in this 4-horse field. I suspect that United will be heavily favored. But maybe Award Winner slips through the cracks. It doesn't happen very often in small fields. It happens in big fields with horses that should be 8-1 that can go off at 15 and 20-1. But in small fields, the betting market usually has it correct. And the odds usually in small fields, more so than big fields, the odds most usually reflect the horse's true chances. But maybe Award Winner can slip through. We'll find out on Saturday. Make sure you take a look at the odds. If Award Winner goes off at 5 or 6-1, I might take a small piece, just a small piece. Okay, Red King was a graded stakes winner last year, and they took him to the Breeders' Cup. He misfired. California turf horses generally do not stack up well against international world-class competition on grass, and Red King was overmatched. They brought him back to California, ran him in the Hollywood Turf Cup. He was over the top, and he misfired again, and so they kicked out Red King and brought him back in a starter allowance he was eligible for, because Red King was claimed 2 years ago for only $35,000 by an ownership group that includes Little Red Feather. And Red King, under D'Amato's care, emerged as one of the top long-distance grass horses in California. So what happened in his recent comeback? Well, when you watch a replay of the stretch run, which is what we're going to do right now, you'll see that Red King had no chance at all. He's down on the inside in the Little Red Feather Silks. Umberto Rispoli looking for somewhere to go. He has to wait. And finally, room develops a little bit too late. And that's Red King finishing well down on the inside, but he was third across the wire as the favorite. It was actually a better than looked comeback. I know when a graded stakes winner comes back in an allowance race and is favored, he's supposed to win the race, right? But that was his first start in 4 months. He ran well. In my opinion, he had an apparent alibi. He just did not have a good trip. You wouldn't think that in a 4-horse field, Rispoli will find similar traffic troubles in the Whittingham on Saturday. So I would expect Red King to run better Saturday than he did in his comeback. And if he gets a clean trip, which is quite likely, he could give United a battle. But United is one tough customer. He has emerged as the top long-distance grass horse in California. It's a position that he has held since late 2019, when he actually finished second in the Breeders' Cup Turf to Bricks and Mortar right here at Santa Anita. And United fires almost every time. In fact, the only time in the last couple of years he has not fired is last fall, when he went back to Keeneland for the Breeders' Cup Turf, and he just wasn't good enough or didn't like the course. Whatever the reason was, he misfired. But in his recent comeback, I'm talking about United, and it was in March, going 1.5 miles off a layoff, and United was odds on, so he was supposed to win. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tape, and you'll see exactly how he did run. United up on or near the front end, blowing right past Acclimate and company, Master of Foxhounds, trying to make a race of it. But United wins in kind of a good, solid, grinding type fashion and scores his 8th career win. Let's go back to last year's Whittingham and see what United did. Well, he took care of business. This was the second attempt at the Whittingham. He actually finished second in this race in 2019. But last year, United, he doesn't exactly blow away the competition, does he? But when they come to him, he refuses to yield. And this was 1 year ago, United winning the Whittingham down on the inside. He's an unusual grass horse in this regard. He does not have a turn of foot. He actually runs more like a dirt horse. He has a one-paced style. And sooner or later, trainer Richard Mandela and this older geldings owners are going to try United on the main track. And I asked Mandela about that again this week. And he said, it all depends on which turf race we want to skip, because if they point to a dirt race, it means United is going to skip a long distance grass race in which he would probably be the favorite. But sooner or later, look for United to run on the main track. He proved last time out he can run without Lasix. He has a forwardly placed running style that should have him positioned, I would suspect, third behind Acclimate and Award Winner. United is expected to start as the odds-on favorite. I think he's going to win the race. Again, if you're looking for an upset contender, maybe Award Winner if he slips through the cracks, which does not always happen in a small field. But in the Charlie Whittingham on Saturday, race number 7, it's all about the 6-year-old gelding United, the most likely winner for the second consecutive year. Race 7, Saturday at Santa Anita.